Alright everybody, and welcome back to part 32 of Dragon Quest VIII, Journey of the Cursed King, and today we're gonna start up a new dungeon here, believe it or not, which is gonna be a lot of fun. It's actually, well, at least I would consider it the first late game dungeon of the game. It's gonna be a pretty tough one, the boss at least. The regular enemies in there are pretty damn strong too, especially if you're not geared. They can very easily tear into you and just cause a lot of damage. Like, we have monsters in there which will, well, poison you with the envenomated status, which takes for a lot of damage. They can silence you, and they just hurt overall, and yeah, they are resilient to melee attacks. It can be a mess, honestly. It definitely can be, but yeah, I'm gonna show you how to easily get through that dungeon. But first, we gotta go ahead and reduce our encounter rate, because before I even head to the dungeon there, I wanna go ahead and travel on to Savella Cathedral there, the northern island. We have some important items to pick up there, most important of all, a Seed of Life. If you remember there in the last episode, I was gonna use... What? Did I not just use a bottle? Whatever. I was gonna use a Seed of Life there in the last episode together with a prayer ring in order to make a recovery ring, but I accidentally consumed my life seed. So yeah, my bad there. Whoopsie poopsie. But we're gonna actually be able to find yet another life seed on this island that we're traveling to here now, which is very nice. So once I have picked up the life seed, I'm gonna go ahead and put that into the alchemy pot at once, just so that I don't accidentally eat this seed too, you know? Yeah. Seeds don't grow on trees, after all. I'm pretty sure that's right. But yeah, should I just cut this out? Or should I keep... Well, you know, we're gonna speed this up. Okay, so here we are now. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna make a little seamless cut there so you can see the island, and then we'll be appearing right here next to it. But whilst sailing there, the cold cheese finished up here. Yeah, don't ask me how a cooking pot, well, you know, freezes the cheese. You know, you got me on that one. I have no clue. And yeah, we could start up the bastard sword plus the cold cheese and the icicle dagger that Angelo holds right now, and make the blizzard sword. But, you know, as I just said, I think it's a good idea if you just finish up the life seed alchemy recipe first, just so that I don't make another whoopsie poopsie here. And, you know, I have a map ahead of me here. The first item is just up here along the road. Yeah, a little bit further up. And actually, the seeds that I just talked about are held by these birds walking around there. So, yeah, we're gonna have to really... what's the saying? We're gonna have to adjust our eyes. We're gonna have to sharpen our eyes, something like that. Dude, I don't know. I don't freaking know, but yeah. Peel our eyes. There we go. Yeah, see, finally I got it. You're gonna have to peel our eyes here. Don't wanna miss a thing here. And we have some new enemies on this island. Yeah, Robo-Robins, for one. I was gonna say that they are immune to wind spells, but yeah, actually, Angelo, you just proved me dead wrong there. But at the very least, they seem to be very resilient to wind-type abilities. But yeah, there you go. Pretty damn tame experience here. This here is no, you know, quote-unquote dangerous part of the world. Maybe if you came here, like, as soon as you got the boat, which honestly wouldn't have been a bad idea for me to do that. These seeds that you loot here are definitely very nice. And there it is. Okay, did you see that? The bird came right out and up to me. That was amusing, to say the least. He just ran right on up to me. And yeah, here you go. Give the Seed of Magic to the hero. And I do believe I saw a Seed of Resilience here. Or maybe I used that in my last episode. In the last episode. Okay, you know, I didn't see it, so I probably used it. So we're just gonna move on here. The next seed is gonna be up on the very northern part here. Yeah, we actually have 3 items up there. I'm gonna mark it on the map. There's gonna be a chest with magic water there, a Seed of Life, and a cow there with some fresh milk. So yeah, that's where we're heading next. And I could call on Barnum, but you know what? We've been writing so much on Barnum in the last episodes that I think I'm just gonna walk around a little bit. It's nice, you know. Nice to walk around normally. Oh yeah, and I didn't really point this out, but we're currently equipped with the Miracle Sword there, with the Uber Miracle Sword on the hero. Yeah, we're making a little test drive with it here. But I'm much more so looking forward to trying out the Blizzard Sword. I never really used that. I'm sure I have crafted it at some point. I don't remember what I saw last time. I might have said that I never crafted it, but I'm actually pretty sure that I have. You know, thinking back on it, I might have crafted it once in my life. And used it on Jessica that run when I played with daggers. Maybe, I don't know. Like, I've played this game so many times, it all kind of melts together. But yeah, either way, even if you don't craft the Blizzard Sword right now, you can just buy it in, well, the final town of the game. But it is pretty damn expensive, and I would much rather see it displayed right now. And geez, Angel, could you stop using your Kazoosh spell all the time? I really wish he would use his Magma Staff instead. Maybe I should just put him to fight wisely. And yeah, that's another thing. The Icicle Dirk there that we're gonna need to use for the Blizzard Sword. That is actually a very nice Dirk to have on Angelo. I actually went ahead and did some play testing off camera there with it, and he dealt up towards 60 to 80 damage with it in combat, so yeah, when he used it as an item in battle. Let's see here if we can't make him try it out and show it off a little bit before we craft it away. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And see, here we have a bird. Please give me my Seed of Life. That's not it. Where my bird at? Where my stinking bird at, bro? Okay, here, you know, here. Let's just get this first then. And, maybe you guys can help me look for this bird here. I currently don't see it. Is that it? I think so. These little fuckers here running around, straying around like they're at the top of the world or something. And yeah, before we do anything stupid again, I'm gonna go ahead and mix it away. Yeah, it's here. Let us see. Seed of Life, and if you mix it with the prayer ring here, yeah, our final prayer ring, we're gonna get the recovery ring, which, as I had pointed out before, if you just craft a bunch of recovery rings like earlier on in the game, they're actually pretty nice. You will regen health whilst moving around out there in the world, and if you just, well, instead of using all the prayer rings that you find over in Argonia, if you think back, I used my prayer rings that we found there. You actually find 2 for free in that region. I used my 2 prayer rings to craft strength rings so that I could make more mighty armlets, because I crafted the gigant armor there for Jagus. But you could totally, at that point in the game, use those prayer rings to craft recovery rings instead, and make 1 for each character, and you would just auto-regen health whenever you walk around on the map. That is actually not a bad idea, and I believe it works in dungeons too. I have actually never really tried that strategy there. At some point in one of my playthroughs, I definitely should do that. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually. A little bit cheap, perhaps, but a lot of fun. And the rings also do give you 10 defense as well, so yeah, there really ain't anything wrong with them. Okay, so yeah, I just had a sip of coffee there, and I also checked out my map. So yeah, we only have 1 seed left here now, and whoops, I'm looking down in my notes here, and I'm walking up onto the mountains, my bad. But yeah, we only have 1 seed left here, a Seed of Defense, or Seed of Resilience, whatever they are called. So we're gonna need to pick that one up as well. And here we have some new enemies, the Silene. Sounds like they would silence you, but, you know, I honestly don't know. The enemies here on this island, I have very little knowledge about. Like, I've never been here farming. I actually don't think there's any good reason to come here to fight. But I could be dead wrong on that. I know there are some kind of dangerous enemies here during the nighttime. You will have these shadows lurking around here. Once again, during the night. Which can be very scary if you are at the low level. And this here is not the bird, I don't think. Nope, definitely not. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and enter the town, and then we're gonna exit it. And the main reason is because the Seed of Defense is further up ahead, so that way we can just zoom on back here. So I'm just gonna enter quickly and cut in, cut out, you know, the type of deal I typically do. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a brief second here. And there we are. Okay, now we have the zoom point. So let's see here. We gotta walk on up to the north, I wanna say. Yeah, up and around here is where we gotta go. Somewhere along here, we're gonna find the final bird, which will give us the final seed. And yeah, here, speaking of the shades, here we have them. You know what, let's just take our Uber Miracle Swords to them and see. They have very high defense. But yeah, the Uber Miracle Sword, very nice blade. It definitely makes sure you're topped off at all times. It's not gonna deal as much damage, sure, as the Falcon Blade there, but the healing is very nice, especially against bosses where you buff yourself up with the spell and, you know, you debuff the boss with the sap spells and stuff like that, so you're gonna be able to deal a lot of damage and heal for a lot of health. So yeah, that is definitely a very worthwhile strategy. And there we go, beat their asses. Yeah, maybe I should just use a Holy Protection bottle here. These guys aren't really worth my time. They barely give any gold or experience. They're just annoyances at this point. And yeah, I really hope I didn't run past the bird there. Well, actually, there's a chest there. Maybe, yeah, maybe my notes are wrong. Or, well, maybe not. Yeah, it's not so much my notes that are wrong. I'm just not reading properly. It's probably not a bird here that we're gonna get the final seed from. It's probably this chest. And yeah, wouldn't you know it, a quick glance at my notes, and indeed it is a chest here that we get the final item from, not a bird, so yeah. There you go. There I go, blaming the system again. When I should be blaming myself. Okay, well, let's just loot this, and then I'm gonna make a quick snippety cut there, and I'll meet you back at the Sevilla Cathedral. And actually, before we make the snippety cut, we're gonna give this to Jessica. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, I'm back here now. Into the Sevilla Cathedral we go. Triumphant music here. And you know what, let's have a chat with the guards here. You must have seen it. The beautiful mansion perched up there on the precarious rock. Looks like it should fall over at any moment, doesn't it? That's the home of the Lord High Priest. Pray to it and the goddess will reward you with her divine protection. Okay. Let's see, what do you have to say? Pilgrims, I bid you welcome to Sevilla, sacred seat of the Lord High Priest. Glory be to his holiness and all devout pilgrims. Yeah. Let's see. And this part here in the game, I actually found this on my own playthrough without looking it up. But this pirateer is actually the only guy, I believe, in the entire world who points you out where you need to go as soon as Leopold starts flying around in the air. You actually gotta come here and just talk to this guy randomly. I'm sure, yeah, you know, Merrick there, instead of the Herb Grotto, he did point you over to this point, or well, he did point you over to the Sevilla Cathedral, but as a teenager, I wasn't thinking straight, so I just wandered around the world, and eventually I just ended up here. Yeah, I didn't listen to Merrick's sage advice there, but yeah. So here, you're supposed to come here and talk to this guy. And he says, I was sailing down a river in the eastern continent when I saw this really weird cave under a bridge. What a find. I bet you it's the legendary Captain Crow's cave. It's gotta be. I couldn't get inside because it was locked up, but I'll wager there's some great treasure stashed away in there. So yeah, that's how you're supposed to know where to go next. Although the game doesn't say this is, you know, where you're supposed to quote-unquote go. This is not... Let me try that again. The game doesn't say this is quote-unquote where you gotta go next, but it's at least a pointer of a place you can go to. So yeah, before we even go there, I'm gonna go ahead and rest up at the church here, and we're also gonna talk to some of the local people here, because yeah, we have never visited this town and I would like to see what's going on here. And I also believe that we have a cutscene here if we enter, or well, if we approach the High Priest's villa there at the very top. So yeah, we're gonna have a look up there on that too, just to show everything off here. Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna have some fun flavored text here too. A few. Okay. And what does the musclehead here have to say? People say Captain Crow had some amazing map called the Illuminated Sea Chart. It's supposed to guide you to this strange island that no normal boat can get to. Most intriguing. Let's see if my party says something about this. The cathedral's got pretty tight, eh? I don't reckon that dog would get very far trying to force his way in here. I mean, it's the Lord of Darkness. I'm pretty damn sure he could force his way in here. Them Templars look like a nasty bunch, alright, but that will probably make him good guards, yeah. Rapthorn can start fires, fly through the air, and walk on water. Give him points for versatility. Makes you wonder if you can really beat him. Oh, sorry, I forget I said that. There isn't any question. We have to beat him. Indeed. I'm afraid I may well have been right. That dog, or rather Rapthorn, is doing what I feared. But even if I'm right and we wanted to get ahead of him, we couldn't. It's a shame humans can't fly. We need a goddess to give us a piggyback or something. You know, that's a nice little foreshadow there. Okay, let's just exit the inn here. And, let's see. Let us see. Well, you know, here, we can just talk to this guy. I don't know if it's got something to do with the Galbert Imperia, but the Lord High Priest certainly seems to have a thing for birds. And yeah, there are a lot of birds here on this island. The garden at the back of his mansion is full of them. Yeah, but I don't think there are any seeds to loot there, sadly. And you know, we will visit this shop here too, yeah, so you can buy some miscellaneous items here. I'm actually gonna go ahead, believe it or not, and buy some more holy water. You know, we do have the spell there on Tur, that reduces enemy encounters, but that requires 4 mana, I believe, to use, so I honestly prefer to just use some gold here and buy holy waters instead. And yeah, let's see here. I'm also gonna do this. I want it to be at the whoops. I want it to be at the front there, so it's easy to access. Now what? We could also try and talk to this guy, I guess. We haven't been here earlier in the game, right? I don't think so. This guy has some nice items, but I did see that open chest there by the shop, right? Maybe that's just always open. No, it wasn't open. Okay, you know what? I honestly don't remember what's in here even. I completely forgot there even were chests here, and holy crap. Dude, I'm glad I went on a little venture here. I had not noted this mini medal or this seed of wisdom down for that matter. Oh, well. What the heck, you know, I'm just gonna give this to Tur. I want to bump up his spell damage a little bit. And let's have a chat with this guy. Do you sell anything worthwhile? Silver mails, yeah, see, yeah, silver mails are so nice. If you come here right after you get the boat and buy one of these or 2 of these, one for Tur and one for Angelo, they're gonna be so well protected at that point in the game. They're pretty much gonna be invincible. And heck, you could even buy steel shields here. Yeah, and the magic vestments too. Holy crap! Had I realized this sooner, I would probably have bought one of those right out of the gate once I had gotten the boat. But you know what? I didn't think of it. And here we have some lady and a bishop, a nun. Yeah, I believe this is a nun. I might mix up or misname them? Is that even the right word? Yeah, give them the wrong titles, essentially, is what I'm trying to get at. I heard a rumor that an evil creature went on the rampage in Irkutsk and killed somebody. Dear goddess, I beg for you to bring your judgment on this evil and to ease the hearts of those grieving in the frozen land. I'm praying for safety on my journey to the holy isle of Neos. You know, you could jump up or jump onto our boat and I'll take you there, free of charge, old man. Step right up. Get your souvenir coins, pennants, and postcards here. Okay. You know, I wonder if something happens if you talk to this guy from behind here. Nope. Nothing different. And let's see, what about you? The other night, when there was a new moon, I saw the shadow of some big black thing flying around outside the cathedral. It went away quite quickly, but it was really scary at the time. Yeah, I bet. Let's see. The strange rock doesn't move even in the strangest gale. What? That strange rock doesn't move even in the strongest gale. Yeah, okay, there you go. It's the Lord High Priest's strength that keeps it there. He really is a most incredible man. Well, let's see. Let's move on up a flight of stairs here. I believe we're gonna get a cutscene if we move on up. Just a little bit more here. And I'm probably just not gonna talk to these guards. I'm just gonna move on a little bit here. I'm sure something terrible is going to happen very soon. Try as I might, I can't rid myself of this feeling that something awful is coming. I keep praying, but the feeling just won't subside. Yeah, we have some premonitions here. All the talk of this big black shadow is causing quite a stir. I wonder if it was the Godbird. Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't. Birds are messengers from the goddess. If you tease them, you'll suffer the wrath of the Godbird, Empiria. She was the great bird who saved the world from the Lord Darkness Raptorn long, long ago. And, hold on a second. Okay, yeah, so I looked at a map here, and apparently there are no more items to loot on this island here. So, yeah, you could walk on up and around the cathedral here, and you know what, maybe I'll just do so, just for the heck of it. I definitely have been on the backside here before, but yeah, I feel like most people just skip on by this. So yeah, let's just show what it looks like behind here. There are no encounters or anything like that, so... Yeah, here we have a big-ass gate. And... Oh yeah, now that I think about it, this here is actually where you do get the cutscene. Yeah, you know what? You know what? We're definitely gonna head on up here towards this tube here, and you know what, here, let's also show this off. Up there on this rock there, as they call it, is where the High Priest lives there. So, if we approach here, and if we move on inside, I don't think these two are gonna stop us, but inside of here, yeah, this is where you get the cutscene here.
Well, well. Who have we here? Haven't we met somewhere before?
I see your memory's got worse. How much older than me are you, brother?
Ah, yes. The persistent rule breaker I had to expel from the Abbey. Angelo, wasn't it? Ah, enough fun. I do hope I didn't cause any offense. Anyway, no time for idle chit-chat. I have to select men to form the Lord High Priest's personal guard. The luxury of a carefree existence such as yours is not something I can afford. So, if you'll excuse me, be well, and may the goddess keep a close eye on you.
So yeah, he's as arrogant as ever. Now, yeah, sadly you cannot travel on up there, but yeah, this is quite a sight to behold here. Yeah, just imagine going up that little platform there at those speeds.
It's indecent. How does a nobody like him get to become master of the Lord High Priest's guards? Such an important responsibility demands a person of repute, someone of character, like you or I.
No doubt that peasant bribed His Holiness. I've heard rumors about him. It won't last. He'll never be anything more than a watchdog. He's enjoyed all the promotion he's going to get. This is as far as his money will take him. The burden of his lowly origins will soon bring him crashing back down to earth.
Okay, yeah, that is an amusing cutscene there. And yeah, you could walk around this building here, but it's just grass. Grass and grass and the ocean, just whatever. So, you know what, before we leave this place, let's try and talk to some people inside of the cathedral here. Yeah, this series is gonna be a big old, well, chatting episode, I guess. And then, like, maybe I'll make a little cut here and go take a quick break, and then I'm gonna come back and we'll start up the dungeon there. Oh, and you know what? Here. I'm gonna save. I'll cut this out. Okay, there we go. I have saved my game, and once again, do not worry about this place. Like, there is no loot in here. Yeah, so all you get is some flavor text. Please let him fail. Let him fall down from power. Who are you talking about? Well, maybe about, well, I don't know. I get a sneaky suspicion he's talking about Marcello there, but who knows? His Holiness is certainly worthy of being called a great sage, wouldn't you agree? Well, you know, I never met the man, never even heard him speak, so... But yeah, I'm sure he's a fine fella. And yeah, okay. You know, there isn't too much in here, it's just a big area, not a bunch of small rooms or anything like that. Do you know this Marcello man? He's taking the place of Abbot Francisco, who was an old childhood friend of His Holiness. He's a mere Templar, yet already he's taking in charge of His Holiness's personal guard. Such a rapid ascent through the ranks is most unusual. I mean, what has he got that I haven't? A full head of hair? It should be me who's... forget I said anything. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Yeah, I'm a glutton for power. Let's see, this guy doesn't have... Okay, well, never mind. If you want to talk, you'll have to step outside. No talking in here, I guess. Oh, what the heck? I don't think we've ever seen this guy before, or, you know, this character model here. Yeah, huh. You should cleanse yourself with the holy water over there before you proceed further into the church. Well, yeah, actually, I'm about to leave, so... Yeah, that's about all we can do in here. We got some holy water out of the deal, and we got some flavor text, and now, well, it's about time we walk back down, and... where did the man go? Maybe, oh, yeah, never mind. Oh, now I remember, the bishop is down here. Yeah, there they are. When I saw that lady up there, I thought that the, you know, dude there had just up and vanished. But yeah, no, that's just not the case. And let's see here. How far into the video are we? About half an hour. Okay. And you know what? Before we start up the next dungeon, and before I take a little break here, maybe we should just run around in circles and finish up some items here. Yeah, you know what? Why don't we do that? That's a good idea, actually. I'm just gonna run around here in circles. We're gonna make the Blizzard Sword, and then we can try that out in the new dungeon. And we're also gonna make the... well, we're gonna finish up the recovering there, and I think that's it. And then I'm gonna take a little break here. So yeah, I'm just gonna run around here in circles, you guys. Alright, so here we are. The recovering has been finished. And yeah, once again, we can't do anything with it just yet. However, in a bit, once we have accrued 83 mini medals, then we can go back to Princess Minnie, and once we give her the well, mini medals, we'll get the orichalcum there for, once again, 83 mini medals, and with that orichalcum, if we mix that with the recovering, and yeah, if we mix the orichalcum with the recovering, apparently that's all we need. Then we'll get the Goddess Ring, which is a very nice piece of equipment, which I never have tried making before. So yeah, it's gonna be the first time for me using that. Apparently that ring gives you 20 plus wisdom for whomever equips it, and it also regens mana whilst you move around, and it increases your resistances to status condition abilities there. So yeah, you'll become more resistant to snooze, confusion, you know, silence, spells like that, you know, status condition spells, essentially is what that ring is going to be about. And I've never tried it once, so yeah, I wanted to try it out for this playthrough. Typically I use my orichalcum for very powerful weapons or armor pieces, which makes it pretty much invincible. But yeah, for this playthrough I'm going to try out the Goddess Ring there, so yeah. But yeah, let's see here. Let's put the sword, the cheese, and the dirk inside here. And yeah, we never really got to try it out, but hey, you know what? It basically just casts the crackle spell there, the icicle dirk, I mean. So yeah, no big loss that we didn't get to see it, but yeah. I'll just run around here in circles for a little bit longer and I'll be back in a second. Alright, now the item is done, and there we go. We have made ourselves a Blizzard Blade, which this sword is pretty damn good. Let's see. 90 attack, yeah, the Uber Miracle Sword has 95 attack, and it heals you whenever you strike enemies, so yeah, this blade isn't as good, but let's read the tooltip there. An enchanted ice sword whose blade contains the power of a mighty snowstorm. So yeah, apparently sometimes when you strike, you're gonna cast, I believe you're gonna cast the crack spell, you know, the single target ice damage spell there, which, you know, if it happens, it's gonna bring some nice extra damage. I don't know exactly how much it will deal, but, you know, we're gonna find out together here. And then we're just gonna go ahead and mix the final item here. I'm not gonna use the sorcerer's ring that we're gonna get out, the skull ring here, but hey, I still wanna show it off, as per usual. Just gonna find my Saint's Ashes, there it is. And yeah, I'll see you guys once it's done. Alright, so I'm back here now again, and let us see what this item looks like. And yeah, there you go, the Sorcerer's Ring. The Sorcerer's Ring here, I believe I talked about this item a little bit already, but it's nothing too good. It gives you plus 10 wisdom and plus 30 mana on equip, so it's not a bad accessory, not at all. It's just that mana is a little bit redundant. Like, if, I mean, then again, not really. Like, on Angelo, it is a pretty nice equipment, actually, to get plus 30 mana. That's essentially 3 additional multi-heals for boss fights, so, you know, it's not bad. Not bad at all. But, yeah, I think that it would have been good if they buffed it up to, like, 50 mana, and maybe even beefed up the wisdom to plus 15. If that was the case, or, well, if those stats were the case, I would be much more obliged to work with it, but right now, it's just a nice trinket, which I'm just gonna sell there. Let's see. Actually, will I use it? We could actually use it on Angelo. I mean, I would lose some agility, but he would get more mana and more spell damage, you know? Maybe we won't sell it. Maybe we'll just give it a shot. It's been a very long time since I last used this equip, and, you know, once the Goddess Ring is done, we're gonna give that equipment, or that ring, to Angelo anyway, so he's gonna lose his agility ring at some point. So, yeah, we can just go with this for a test spin inside of the next dungeon there. Yeah, he's gonna get some additional spell power. Now he's actually at plus 25 with the thinking cap, and yeah, we're gonna need to go and rest up so that he's at full mana there. But yeah, here's the deal now. I'm gonna make a little break here, or take a little break, and we're actually gonna zoom on over to Fairbury. And yes, you can see I have the Blizzard Blade there on my back. I'm gonna try it out there in the next dungeon, see how good it is. I'm probably gonna equip the Uber Miracle Blade once we're at the boss, but yeah. We're just gonna see how much work it can do. But yeah, I'm gonna rest up here, fresh up my mana, and then we're gonna start up the continuation here of this episode outside of the west gate of Fairbury, and I'm gonna jump up I'm gonna jump into the boat, and we're gonna sail to that place that the pirate described to us. And you know what? Before I go and rest, I would actually like to visit Calderage here and Wallentrain. Oh yeah, you can't beat ice cold water if you're a knight in the town. No then, weren't you looking for someone, weren't you? You're onto something else now, huh? Ahaha, that's right, everyone gets distracted once in a while, huh? Okay, so yeah, this guy has some new dialogue here now too. But, oh what? It appears to be locked from the inside, huh? What the heck? Calderasha, where are you at? I would really like to talk to you. He's probably in here at the pub. I hope they're fine. I hope they're fine, you know. Let's see. Wow, nobody's boozing. What the heck, bartender? Oh, I'm so sleepy. I'm sorry, sir. I stopped serving for the night. Oh, what? Really? Is it that late? Huh? Yeah, I'm burned out. Huh. Huh, you know, it must be too late in the night or something. Maybe, I don't know how the game keeps track of time, but you know, maybe there is, you know, 12 a.m. and then there is 4 a.m. and nobody's drinking at that point, you know. I don't know. I don't know how they built the game. So, yeah, I'm gonna go down here, sleep, and then I'll see if we can't find Kalarasha there. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, so I'm back here now in the alley, and we're gonna head on inside of Kalarasha's house. And apparently, their door is now open. Let's see here. What do you have to say, good old friend here? Ah, you have returned. See here, I sense you have not come to me for a social visit. No doubt you have come to have your fortune told. Very well. As it is to you, I will make an exception and not ask for my... Wait. Let me try this again. As it is you, I will make an exception and not ask my palm to be crossed with gold coins. Okay. Yeah, you do not need to tell me what you want to know. My crystal ball will tell me everything. Yes, the mists are clearing. Is this a ship? Yes, and an ancient ship too. I see the ship sailing along a river and then... I think it's going into a cave. That is all I can see. Okay, so yeah, see, this is what I told you also, like, very early on in the game. You can always come back to this guy and ask for directions, which I didn't really know as a beginner. There was a lady here before who kept asking Father to help her find a ring she'd lost. But for some reason, Father refused to do it. Then I found out later that it was the husband who had dropped the ring somewhere. Yeah, we kind of found out about that just by how he acted, you know, when we gave the ring back there. I wonder what would have happened if Father had told the wife what her husband had done. Of course, Father didn't say anything, but I think he was trying to protect them. He was thinking of what was best for them the whole time, so instead he just told the lady she had fat fingers. Yeah, it was a nice way of handling it there, Kalarasha, my man. And let's see here. I am actually trying to talk to my partner. Let's see here. Okay, well, they don't have anything to say, so... You know what, I'm just gonna meet you outside of the West Gate there, and I'm gonna take a little break here, and I'll come back and... Yeah, there isn't really a whole lot else to say. I'll see you guys in a little bit. We'll enter the next dungeon of the game here now. I'm done walking around, prancing around, and talking to people. It's time to get back to business, but first, a quick little nap, or rest, or whatever you want to call it. Alright, I'm back here now, and I'm ready to continue on with part 32, and we're gonna go for the next dungeon here now. So, let me just show off here, in case you haven't seen this. Here on the west side of Fairbury, up there to the north, we have our boat. So yeah, I'm just gonna run on down there, and I'll cut back once I'm by the boat. Alright, so, I'm by the boat here now, and it is high time we sail for the Pirate's Cove here. And as the pirate said there in the Savella Cathedral, if we open up our map, there's one big ass river going through the eastern continent, and yeah, we just gotta head on in there. So yeah, we're just gonna sail to the west here for a bit, and once I find the inlet, or whatever you wanna call it, I am actually not sure of the terms here, you know. I'm no navigator myself, I'm no seafarer, so I'm very limited in my vocabulary here, but yeah, we're just gonna hug the coast and sim right on through here. Sail right on through here, yeah, see? What the heck? And actually, you saw that up there, right? This here is the trashed bridge where Yangus fell down and Tur yanked him up there by the rope. Like, yeah, very many episodes ago we saw that cutscene there, so... But yeah, we're just gonna keep on sailing down here. And... Okay, our holy water effect now wore off there, so we might get some encounters. I'm just gonna cut them out if they happen. Speaking of which... Okay, that was quick enough there. Yeah, even the squids and the tentaculars here now, like at this point in the game, they are nothing special anymore. just mid-tier enemies at best. But yeah, here we have the bridge that the pirate talked about, and see, if you sail in there, you will enter the dungeon, and you might recall, like, all the way back in episode 3 or 4, something like that, I stood up there and looked down here on this cave entrance. Up there on the ledge is where we looted a pair of slime earrings, like when we were level 5, 6, something like that. Yeah, good times. Good times were had back then, yeah. You know, as much as I love this game, it definitely does get a little bit stale here towards the end. I'm still having fun, but it's, you know, I'm having the most fun with the game in the early to mid game. But yeah, let's just drop that. Let's see here. In this dungeon, we have some nasty enemies. The King Kelp here, not so much, but the Merkings there on the right side, they actually have a very nasty poison ability, and they can also silence you. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and use the Falcon Slash on him to try and focus him down there. The King Kelps, they are just pathetic. They deal no damage. They can't do much of anything. Once again, the King Kelp can silence you. He can inflict the envenomated status, which will deal a lot of damage, so you gotta cure that. And yeah, these Octavian pirates, all they really do is cast Accelerator, so they're probably among the easier enemies inside here too. There is actually one enemy in here which has a really nice drop called the Thunder Demons or something like that. They have like a 1.5% chance of dropping Devil Tails. So yeah, if you for whatever reason want to grind and craft a Demon Spear or a Dark Robe or something like that, now is a good time to do so, because you have very good odds of finding Devil's Tails in here. Although I'm not sure how often the Devil Thunderers appears, you know, I never actually grinded Devil Tails in here, so I shouldn't boldly state that this is a good spot to do so. But we found our first mini medal there in that little room, and I don't remember if we get anything here. I do know that there are like 3 or 4 mini medals in here in total. This dungeon is... wait, hold that thought.
I recognised ya. You're that lot who got the Venus tear for me, ain't ya? Fancy seeing you again in a place like this.
Red, what on earth are you doing here?
Well, I heard a rumour that there's treasure here. Belonged to that old pirate, Captain Crow. Mentioned treasure to me, and I'm unstoppable. I can't get enough of it. So I got myself this boat and came on down to see what I could find. By the looks of you, you're here for the same reason, eh? Oh, this could be a bit of a laugh then. First one to find it, keeps it. In which case I'd better get a wiggle on. Sure you won't mind giving me a bit of an head start.
Oi, hold your horses. You can't just say all that and then run off. And there are monsters in here, you know. Look at you, going off half-cocked on your own. You must have a screw loose.
Who do you think you are, underestimating me like that? You should know by now how good I am at creeping around. Those monsters won't even know I'm in here. Not like you, you big fat clodhopper.
Okay, well... before I was interrupted so rudely by Red there, I was gonna say this dungeon isn't all that bad. The boss is pretty tough, but it's pretty easy to navigate the dungeon. At first glance, it might seem confusing, but you know, I'll try and do my best to guide you guys through here. So we're gonna start off by getting the map, and as well, it typically goes here in this game. You find the map very early on inside of here. In the dungeon. So first of all, though, I do believe we have a mini medal, yeah, right there. So that's very important to pick up. But more importantly, we have the map inside of this room. And yeah, red is kind of like competing with you in this dungeon, although not really. Like, you're not on a timer or anything. You can take your sweet old time. It's not like something happens if you try and hurry on through. That could have been interesting though, like if the game developers had made some kind of a hidden timer that the faster you play through the dungeon, the better loot you get at the end or something. Because here's the thing, as you move through this dungeon, you'll see a bunch of open treasure chests and stuff of that nature, and yeah, it's just, you know, trying to depict that Red is getting on ahead here, and she's looting everything, taking all the good stuff from you. So, yeah, once again, it could have been interesting if they handled it a little bit differently. Oh, and you know what, here, I just closed down the map a little bit soon there. Up there in the northwest corner, inside of that little room up there, we'll have another mini medal, I remember. So I'm definitely gonna go ahead and grab that before we move on here inside of the dungeon. I do believe, yeah, right here. Yeah, it's a little bit, yeah, small in here. Well, that's not the right word. It's, yeah, it's very tight quartered here, this dungeon, yeah. So it might be a little bit hard to see where the heck you're going, but yeah, it's not so bad, I guess. Ooh, and yeah, here we have a really nasty enemy, the Riptide there. He can deal like 40 damage to your entire party, something like that. And he might also have the Wax spell, but I'm mostly afraid of these guys here, the Mer Kings. They're actually very resilient to spells too, so Jessica is probably not gonna be using the Kaboom spell, or yeah, the Boom or Kaboom spells in here. She's probably just gonna use the Whip, just because of how magic resilient the Mer Kings are. They're really hard to hurt with spells, with the exception of the Sap spell, in my what am I trying to say here? In my opinion, or in my experience, yeah. The Sap spell typically works very well on all enemies throughout the entire game. And yeah, see, they do have the Wax spell, but nice, he missed. Very, very nice. Maybe I should have brought a talisman in here, a holy talisman to protect myself, but, you know, I wasn't thinking, what can I say? And honestly, even if they do take me out, I'm not that, yeah, bothered by it. We can just resurrect. But there we go, got their asses. Very nice, and yeah, you get some really solid experience in here, you know, holy crap. And I'm gonna do this, toss out some mid-heals here on my party. And then, now we're just gonna walk on back. Yeah, we're all done here, so let's just move on through. Hopefully with minimal monster encounters here. And whoops, no, not there. Yeah, we gotta walk here. Oh, no, wait, dude, what are you doing? You're walking out. You're going crazy here, my man. Yeah, this way. Here, this is where we're going. I'm sorry. Very unprofessional of me. And here we have them, the Demon Thunderers. I'm actually pretty damn sure these guys are either immune or very resilient to the Sap spell. I'm actually gonna try. I'm curious. Yeah, they're very resilient to it. Once again, it's very unusual that enemies are resilient to Sap spells, but here we go, we finally have one enemy who is. And what the heck, gang, is we're using the thin air. It's a single monster. Oh well. And yeah, oh, the Demon Thunders, they have that cursed attack, but the more scary attack is they can call down thunder and deal, well, some decent damage on you. But yeah, even so, as long as you have resistance gear and, you know, just, well, good gear in general, no enemies in here should be all that bad. Oh, and you know what, since we have Red inside of this dungeon and she's kind of competing with us, maybe we should just put Yangus here out in front of the party. That could be kind of neat, right? This must be Captain Crow's study, eh? Smells a bit fishy to me. There must be something in here. Just a question of finding it. Go on then, what are you waiting for? Get looking. Alright, I will. But first, I want to show off some alchemy recipes in here. It's the Diary of a Simpletonian. In an effort to reduce my load when out traveling, I decided to use my favorite helm as a makeshift cooking pot. One day, as I was using it to warm some fresh milk, I accidentally dropped a cow pad in it. Ugh. I was all set to drink it anyway. But guess what? My helm suddenly sprouted a pair of horns, so he was gonna drink shitty milk. Wow. Yeah, he is a simpletonian after all, so there you go. Now I can't balance it on the ground for cooking. Oh, no, I can't balance it on the ground for cooking anymore. And to make matters worse, it fell over when the horns came out, so I lost the ingredients too. Oh well, I guess there's no use crying over spilled milk with shit in it. Jaeger discovers a new recipe for the alchemy pot. Bullshit headwear. Some kind of helm plus cowpad plus fresh milk. Yeah, you need a mithril helm, I recall, and mix it with a cowpad and a fresh milk, and you will get, well, the bull headgear. I don't exactly remember what it's called. It's not that special of a helmet, but it does sport a lot of physical defense, which is nice. And you will actually get a mithril helmet in this very dungeon, so, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and craft it and give it to Yangus. I believe he's still got a... Yeah, he's still got a iron mask here, for crying out loud, so it's gonna be a nice upgrade for him, at the very least. But yeah, here, more importantly, here we have a very nice recipe, and I've already talked about this before. It's a book entitled Evil Weapons. Modify a battle fork with a poison weapon and combine it with a cursed item to create a demon spear. The power of evil pulses through the demon spear. You will find it that it can occasionally take the life of an enemy with a single thrust. Jaeger discovers a new recipe for the alchemy pot. Demon spear. You need a battle fork, a poison needle, and a devil's tail there. If you mix those three items together, you will get the demon spear, which is a really nice spear. Perhaps the best spear in the game, depending on what you need it for, like if you're just gonna grind enemies or kill bosses. See, here's the thing, like, there are some abilities in the spear tree there, when you level up lances on the hero, which can proc the instant death effect of the demon spear, such as the clean sweep ability, I believe. The clean sweep, if you don't know, it hits an entire enemy group, and each hit that you score has a chance to proc the instant death effect there, which is pretty nice, actually. And, you know, the demon spear has around 80 damage, 82 perhaps, I don't really remember, but 80 to 82 attack, so it's no slouch in the attack department. It's the third best spear in the game if you just look at pure raw damage. So let's see here. In my youth I sailed the seas, explored the world, and discovered more rare and valuable treasures than I can remember. But I will regret to my dying day the fact that in all my travels I never managed to set foot on the island of the legendary Godbird. Alas, my frail old body prevents me from setting out on another arduous sea voyage. And so I can't go myself. As I can't go myself, I have placed a clue to finding that island within my treasure vault. You, who wish to take up the mantle to my legacy, proceed through the hidden door at the back of this room and stand before me. The hidden door, eh?
I knew there'd be some kind of secret passage in here. Right again. So, looks like our competition's back on track then, eh? I won't be losing to the likes of you.
Well, you know what? Let's see here. What does my party have to say about their poor sportsmanship here? Someone explained to me how Red got ahead of us when we were the ones who found the hidden door. Yeah. Yangus, say something. Where's that big mouth of yours when I need answers? Oh, why does it have to be down to me, eh? Okay, Angelo. The bandit woman's intuition is formidable. I'd hire a devil of a time keeping secrets from a woman like that. She'd find out about my other lady friends before I'd even learn their names. You would have that problem with any non-bimbo, Angelo. It's called women's intuition, and it has nothing to do with bandits, thank you very much. Alright, well, Jessica went ahead and spilled the beans there. Good old Captain Crow. Hiding his treasure in a complexicated cave like this. There we go again with Yangis's made-up words. There's bound to be more traps ahead to try and stop people finding it. We'd better watch how we go, eh? Well, really there are no traps in this entire dungeon. Not as far as I recall. So, yeah, we're just gonna head on down here. And now we should be on the 3rd floor. Now, over there to the little room there in the southwest, we have 2 nice treasures in there, and we're gonna go for that later, but not right now. And directly to the east of us, there is a room which is just filled with mud. Yeah, there's no items in there. And down there in the south, we have, well, the boss room is down there essentially. But even if we walk down there now, we cannot pass on through because the stairs there are covered up with water. So, yeah. And you know what, just because I feel like it, I'm gonna walk up north here. I don't typically walk to this room here. It is just a, well, dead end, but yeah, I'm just gonna show it off, just because I feel like it. I know there aren't any items there, but, you know, still gonna walk there. And we still have not seen a single proc of the Blizzard Blade, most unfortunate. Yeah, it seems like the proc rate is way too low to warrant using the Blizzard Blade. Like, the Miracle Blade has 5 higher attack and it heals you, and that is a guaranteed proc, so there really is no reason not to use that weapon. And yeah, look at this, he used the Bedazzlement spell on us. I actually forgot they did that, so that's annoying. The Demon Thunder is there. They can deal damage, they can blind you, they can curse you. Yeah, very annoying customers. But yeah, now we're here. Very pointless room. There's nothing in these 2 barrels, but yeah, I can just show it to ya. Nothing in here, completely pointless, so yeah, we're just gonna walk on back here. Honestly, I don't mind doing this, now we get to show off all the crevices of the dungeon here, and we get some extra experience, which I really want. I actually have a selfish reason for wanting to drag out this dungeon a little bit. I actually need Andy, though, to level up once more, and if he does, before we get to the boss, we will actually get the spell on him. So, yeah, that's kind of what I want to run around a little bit here. Hopefully he can level up. So, there you go. Now I spilled my beans. Okay, just shut up, Nick. But yeah, good experience, and we're gonna heal on up. Dude, what is happening? There we go, heal on up, and back here. So, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna walk up a little bit further, and then we're gonna walk east and head on down to the 4th floor there. Yeah, I'm not gonna walk all the way down to the boss room there. That would truly be pointless. I'm just gonna go where we need to go now. And let's see. I think we have a piece of rock salt here. Yeah, nothing I really need, but still, might as well loot it. And yeah, that's all. So yeah, this path here is just blocked off, so you can't access the boss room from here. So once we're coming back up here, we're gonna need to walk around again. The whole way around. And there we go. The Octavian pirates have been defeated. And I took some damage, so you know the drill. Heal Jessica back up, and during that fight just now I put Angelo back to show no mercy. Earlier on in the episode I turned it down to fight wisely in order to try and show off the icicle dagger there, but yeah, no. I'm gonna go all out again. And yeah, up here to the northwest, if you walk up there, there's gonna be yet another dead end, and you're just gonna stare over the abyss there. It's actually a room filled with water, and you're just gonna have to stare over there at the chest on the other side of the room. So yeah, I'm not gonna walk over there. And let's see, it might not be a bad idea to fizzle. No, never mind. Just use sap. Just use freaking sap. And yeah, we haven't procced a single ice crack ability. Well, what am I trying to say here? We haven't triggered the effect of the Blizzard Sword a single time since I came in here. I don't even know if it works when you use the Falcon Slash. I would assume so, but if not, well then that's a shame. Then it's truly a useless sword if you cannot use the Falcon Slash in order to proc it. Then it's just a shitty old sword all of a sudden. But yeah, look at that. Angelo used the Flame Slash on the Merc King and they only took 49 damage, yeah.
So, we meet again. Just so as you know, there's nothing to see here. Up to you whether you believe me or not.
Alright, so apparently, according to Red, there's nothing in here. And she is partially right, but at the same time, she ain't. Because if she had looked around carefully enough, she would have noticed there is a little vault that you can turn on the other side here. But before I even go there, I'm just gonna walk up through this path here. Because remember, we have this chest up here. And you know what? I'm gonna keep this on camera. Please pop the crack spell, dude. I really want to show it off, and I want to see it myself too, for that matter. But, you know, it's looking grimmer and grimmer. Yeah, see now that we have him on Show No Mercy, he's gonna start popping heavy-duty spells here. Come on, dude. Oh, there it popped. It actually popped, but he didn't have any health left. And did you notice that, by the way? As soon as I stopped using Falcon Slash on the very first regular attack, crack popped there. So, you know, I'm probably gonna keep trying using only normal attacks here, just in case. You know, just in case. That's the only way to do it. I guess it would kind of make sense that they would want to limit how many procs you can get, so that, you know, maybe they just removed the proc altogether on Falcon Slash, so you can't proc it twice in a single turn. That would kind of be a little bit nutty, almost. You know, you could deal some massive damage that way. And here we have a new enemy, the Zombie Gladiators. These guys normally are very strong if you don't have magic resistant gear, and they can even act twice in a single turn there. So these guys are probably the most dangerous enemies in here. Like, if you just talk about hard, or well, if you just talk about raw damage, essentially. But yeah, I'm so damn geared that it doesn't matter too much. You know, it would be fun, I guess, some time to replay this game, obviously off camera, but replay it and just not use the alchemy pot so much, and only use items that you can buy in shops, or, you know, stuff of that nature. And heck, maybe even challenge myself. Oh wow, see, there it propped again. You could even challenge yourself to the extent where you may only equip items that you find out in chests. That would be pretty neat too. The fisticuff trees certainly would be a lot stronger if you imposed such a challenge on yourself, just so that you had some way of attacking, you know. Okay, well, let's see. Let's crank the vault.
So moving the handle makes the water go down, eh? Well, thanks for that. Now I can get even further ahead of ya. Bad luck, eh? Must be a bit annoying that you figured it out, but I'm the one to benefit.
Dude, she's such a bitch. Ah, come back here, you. Pry open the bars, Yangus. Just pry them open. Or hack them down with your axe, or maybe even open up the vault again and drown that, you know, that hag. Yeah. Okay, no, that's a bit dark. Let's not drown her. Yeah, getting a little bit too crazy here. We actually don't hate her, you know. Yeah. I don't know. Just drop that. Just freaking drop that, and let's see if we can't get a crack proc here. Yeah, dude. And you know, I wanna see how much damage the proc does from the Blizzard Sword. Jesus, I'm never gonna see it, am I? Yebas. Yeah, see, these guys are gonna die again. But see, oh, it procced yet again. What the heck? The proc rate must be incredibly high. Yeah, it must just not work on Falcon Slash because it's happened like now 3 or 4 times in a row. So, yeah, there's definitely something to it, or to my theory there. Falcon Slash must just not be allowed. Maybe it will proc if you use Dragon Slash ability, or the Dragon Slash ability, or the Flame Slash ability, you know? Maybe I should try that too. Yeah. Let's see here. Use the Flame Slash. That would be kind of neat, like hitting a Flame Slash move and having the Crack ability pop at the same time, so you kind of fry them and then ice them, you know. The Rise method. Apply ice, then heat, or however it goes. But nope, it didn't pop there or proc. And you know, can you please level up? I am getting nervous here. We're at the boss soon. Yeah, see, now all we gotta do is walk on down here. And we're at the boss. Oh well, I shouldn't be too far away, I hope. Unfortunately, there are no Metal King slimes or stuff like that inside of this dino that I can hope for. So yeah, I guess if I'm boned here, I'm just boned. And speaking of boned, there we got a bone shield. The bone shield is a pretty decent piece of equipment. Oh, yes, there we go, we level up. Thank you. And yeah, we should get just enough points here now to get the Oomph spell. There we go. Oh, no, what the heck? Calm down, my man. There we go, 65 points, which means we are now a Arc Wizard here, and we learn Oomph. So now, Jessica is not the only one who can double our party members' attack power there, which is going to be very helpful for this boss here. But yeah, let's have a look at the bony shield here. It actually has some funny flavor text, if I remember. Yeah, this handy monster bone shield can also be boiled up to make a delicious soup stock. Yeah. I don't know why, or yeah, why the heck would anyone ever try that? Just use that bony ass shield for soup stock. And we also got the Hades helm here. If we mix this with the with a Urn of Saints Ashes in the alchemy pot, we will get a mithril helm. And yeah, as I just said a while back, with the mithril helm, if we mix it with a cow pet and some fresh milk inside of the pot, then we will get the Raging Bull helm. I actually forget the name of it, so, but yeah, we're definitely gonna make that once we get out of here. I don't think we can access the alchemy pot. Let me try. It wouldn't make sense, yeah. And hold on, I'm just gonna check so that I've looted everything in here. One sec. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure I'm just done here now. So, yeah, cutting this out. What the heck? Ooh, there we go. The proc actually happened during that fight. I gotta say, the crack damage there left a little bit to be desired. Yeah, that was puny damage. I would much rather have kept around the icicle dagger, if I'm gonna be honest with you. But yeah, at least now we have seen it. We've seen what it does. So yeah, I'm just gonna rock it for the rest of this dungeon, and once we get to the boss, I'm gonna equip the Miracle Sword again, or the Eber Miracle Sword. Because that's gonna be a lot more helpful than this measly, well, 15 to 20 damage. That's just crummy. And yeah, down here we go. You know, I was thinking, like, the other day, like, the Blizzard sword here, or well, not the other day, but earlier on today, the Blizzard sword here, wouldn't it have been nice if it increased wisdom too, like, since it's, like, you know, an elemental blade and all, like, because I know that Jessica can equip this sword too. I think it could have been neat if certain weapons boosted up spell damage, or perhaps if procs from the sword could apply on AoE type spells such as the Crackle whenever you use that. Like if you cast Crackle and then a regular crack ability or spell, I mean, can pop up there too on each monster that gets it, you know, something like that to make it a little bit more interesting. I don't know. Okay, so yet another fight down there, and I actually took a lot of damage. Yeah, as you can see, they actually hurt me. But I'm gonna do this. We're gonna heal on up because we are about to hit the boss here now. And then, seeing as we're getting low on mana, I might want to use some magic waters here. We have 3. Yeah, you know what, here. I'm definitely gonna use a couple on Angelo. Because he needs to both use the Oomph spell and the freaking... both the Oomph and the multi-heal. Actually, I'm just gonna pop all 3 on him. I just want him to be topped off here. That should be good to go, or we should be good to go, and now we're just gonna enter through here, and we should have another cutscene here. Momentarily. Let's me just open up the map, and hold on a minute. Okay, yeah, no, never mind. Never mind me. I'm getting a little bit scared here that I missed something, but it doesn't seem to be the case. And right in here, we have the boss room. And we're gonna have some dialogue.
What took you so long? Looks like the goodies are mine, eh? We did say it was first come, first served.
Ahoy there! They call me Captain Crow. Long ago, I were one of the pirates who sailed the 7 seas. Think you can take my treasure, do you? Think you've got what it takes? Yo-ho-ho then! Prove it by fighting me. Else get your hands off me jewels.
Oh, fighting ain't really my cup of tea. But...
Red, what are you doing getting yourself into this?
Well, I mean, I can't really blame her for losing. A one-on-one against a boss, that is just a recipe for disaster. Oh yeah, and before we start up the fight here, I'm gonna make sure we equip the gear that we need here. Yeah, we do not want the Blizzard sword for this fight, that's for damn sure. You know, speaking of recipes for disaster. Here, give him the miracle sword. I do believe it's gonna be a very nice gear piece here for this fight. Yeah, either this or the hero's sword. Like, this guy, he hurts, but then again, like, I'm probably gonna mainly be relying on the multi-heal anyways. Maybe I will equip the Uber Falcon Blade mid-battle there, in case I want more damage. Let's see, Jagex is fine, the hero is fine, and let's see, he doesn't inflict status changes or stuff like that. But I'm not gonna need wisdom on Jessica. Yeah, she's good to go. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna want the mighty armlet on her. Want to deal as much damage as possible. But here on Angelo, we're definitely gonna make sure we equip both of these gear pieces, just so that we can evade hard-hitting attacks here. Yeah, the boss doesn't have any elemental damage as far as I remember, just a bunch of really dangerous physical abilities. So the Phantom Mask and the Dancer's Mail are very nice pieces of equipment in here. And if you have the Devil, the Dark Robe on Jagex, that can be pretty nice too. Although he already has so much health, so he doesn't need to rely on dodging. Yeah, she's unconscious. Okay, well, here, let's just fight this asshole.
So, You're after me treasure, are ya? You'll have to fight me first, mateys.
Okay. Well, so Captain Crow draws near. A pretty damn nasty boss. So here's what we're gonna do. I don't exactly remember how he works. He has a couple of different attacks. He's actually gonna use the thin air, very much like Yangus, and he likes to stack tension. And as we all know, tension and thin air is a deadly combo. We used it a little bit on Joel Magus there before, so yeah. First of all, with Tur, we could psych up, although the thing with Captain Crow is he likes to use the Ice Wave ability, which will remove all buffs, and yeah, as per usual, calling the team here is not allowed. Well, you know what, I think I'm actually gonna psych up. It might not be a smart idea, but that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna use the Helm Splitter move here. And then, Jessica, you use the Excel Rattle and Angelo. And, you know, I'm gonna do something I don't typically do here. I'm not gonna use the Kabuff spell. Instead, we're gonna use Oomph here. And I'm gonna first of all put it up on Yangus here. And the one sad thing about the Uber Falcon Blade is, you know, from one thing to another, the Oomph spell isn't necessarily very good on that sword, because only the first hit gets the doubled attack power, and you know, if you split your damage in two, well, that means that the Oomph is essentially just half as good as on a regular sword there. But yeah, look at this, he tenses up really quickly here, this guy. Even so, I'm just gonna psych up again, and on Yangus, we're gonna Helm Splitter. Now, Jessica. It might be a good idea to defend with her here. I'm actually gonna do that. I'm gonna defend with Jessica. And Angelo, you go ahead and oomph her up. Yes, I'm actually gonna oomph Jessica up. Here's the thing, I'm thinking the boss is gonna tense up once here now to 50 tension, and then he's probably gonna unleash it all, dealing massive damage. So, with that in mind, I'm gonna be ready to strike him on the next turn. And wow, dude, that was really nice. He actually didn't play that out optimally. Okay, well, that's really good. So, I'm not gonna be greedy, I'm just gonna unleash all my tension here now. I'm gonna use the Falcon Slash, now that we have some saps stashed here, or stacked, I mean. And yeah, why not use another one, and then Twin Dragon Lash, and yeah, we could be very greedy and oomph here, oomph the hero, but I might regret that. So yeah, we're just gonna use the multi-heal. Yeah, and this is once again why it's so important to always use the Excel Rattle spell first. Like, if you are not guaranteed to go before this guy, well, you could really regret it. Like, yeah, you need to be able to start before him, unless he can deal, or well, unless you start before him, you know, and he unleashes a very big blow on you, like, that's gonna be very problematic. You gotta make sure you heal before he unleashes a very dangerous blow. Yeah, hopefully that made sense, and obviously we're gonna defend here now. I don't really have much of a choice. He's got freaking 50 tension, and he's trying to go for 100. Oh crap, he got it. Okay. Whew, there's about a 40%... What the heck? There's about a 40% chance that you get up to that state of super high tension whenever you use it. So he got lucky, but... Unless I just misremember and the boss has a guaranteed chance of getting it. I actually don't know, but, you know, we're gonna defend here until he hits me. There is no way... Oh, okay. There's no way I'm eating this blow head on here. There we go. Okay, let's see how bad it is. And nice, okay. See, this is why we had the Phantom Mask on Angelo there. The Phantom Mask and the Dancer's Mail. Yeah. Well, that wasn't so bad. And let's see. We can just use the Falcon Slash here now, heal up the hero. Yangus, yeah, you can use just the Parallax, I guess. And then we're gonna do that. And I think we're just gonna be happy with some mid heals here now. Yeah, you definitely want to preserve your mana here. Yeah, look at that. Heals for 30 damage there. That's pretty damn nice. If he gets the Oomph spell, he's gonna heal for 50 health or so per turn. So yeah, like once again, the Uber Miracle Sword really is a very nice weapon. Like, it essentially makes it so you don't have to heal very often unless they start focusing you, I guess. But yeah, but it definitely helps out. You don't need to spam as much full heal. So go, and you know what? I'm actually gonna go ahead and use the Oomph spell on him so that he gets to heal. And did I Oomph Yangus? I already forget. I don't think I did. Did I? Did I not? I'm just gonna do it. Oomph both of them up. And there we go. Okay, yeah, he wasn't stacked with it, or he didn't have it, so now we should be doing some good damage here again. And look at the healing. Yep, 45 health, 46 even. And yeah, I might eat a big blow here now. Okay, nope, he didn't dispense. Yeah. You know, I'm just gonna be very, very freaking greedy here. I'm gonna keep on hitting him. Gotta be super greedy. However, Jessica is gonna have to defend, for obvious reasons. And yeah, I'm gonna use the multi-heal. Although this might have been a bad idea. Yeah, Angelo might die. Hopefully it doesn't. It depends if the boss gets off a super thin air here. You know, if he gets off a 50 damage, if 50 tension one. I think he's at 20 now, so. Okay, whoops. He was at 50. Oh crap. Dude, okay, well, now the game is just going easy on me. If he does get off a fully stacked attack there, I think it deals around 250 damage, unless I misremember, like, if you're not defending, which is a lot. So, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, in the interest of seeing how much it deals, I'm gonna just keep on fighting here. Just hit, use parallax, but, you know, Jessica and Angelo are definitely gonna defend. Ooh, nice damage. And yeah, the reason I'm dealing so little now is because, remember, a target that has or is in a state of super high tension also has increased defense. I forget how much it is, but it's quite a bit. Damn it. And wow, that was lucky. Jessica seduced him and he lost all his tension. Yeah, that was incredibly lucky. It was like a 1 in 16 of that happening, so yeah, incredibly low odds, but you know what? I lucked out. Well, here, let's just keep on going. He shouldn't be too far from dead here now, believe it or don't. Like, granted, he has been... Well, he's been going easy on me. He could have been a lot worse, yeah. Like, yeah, he just now wasted his tension, and then he got seduced, and yeah. He's definitely been going easy on me, but you know what? I'm fine with it. But at the same time, I want to show off how bad he can be when he is on his worst behavior. Yeah, keep on stacking, and wait. Did I do this properly? We're gonna Falcon Slash, Helm Spear, and Jessica, Twin Dragon, and Angelo. Just oomph her up. And yeah, we should also probably reestablish our Acceleratle buffs, but you know what? I think we're fine. Here we go. He's probably gonna unleash. Nope, he's gonna go for 100 again. Yeah, and see, he can definitely do so. Guaranteed, yeah. He doesn't have to roll for that 40% there. Yeah. Well, wait. Hold on. Keep fighting. You two keep on fighting. And if you, for whatever reason, are struggling, or if you are struggling against this guy for whatever reason, I'm actually gonna be very cheeky here. I'm gonna oomph up Angelo. If you are struggling with this boss, you can always send out your monster team when you think he's about to unleash a big thin air on you. Like, if you have 2 monster teams at this point, ouch, you can very easily, well, make them soak damage in case you're in a bad spot there. But once again, I'm gonna challenge myself a little bit here. So yeah, I have banned the monster teams here, or you know, the call team ability. It's not a terribly difficult self-imposed challenge, but you know, just increases the challenge a little bit, just a tad bit. And I'm actually gonna do this. Actually, no. Or wait, what should I do? Yeah, this is actually a little bit scary now that I look at it. It definitely is. First of all, do I need to increase my agility here? I might want to do that. Increase my agility. Cost at the very least mid-heal on Angelo. Then you keep on going. Jessica, use the Sheeran Bow. Angelo, please. Actually, no. Here, use the extra rattle. There. Go, and then Angelo, use the multi-heal. Hopefully, he doesn't get struck here now. Well, that's nice. Very, very nice. Good job to that. But yeah, see, I'm getting a little bit cocky here, so I'm starting doing stupid shit, and now I'm taking heavy damage here, yeah. He could finish somebody off here if he just chose to strike, but nope. He didn't want to take out my Youngster. I'm pretty sure he could have killed with just 50 tension, maybe not. Or when I say 50 tension, 5 tension, but 5 tension is like 50-60% more damage, but yeah, he might not have been able to take Youngster out. Youngster is pretty damn bulky, after all. And you know, just keep stacking. And, well. Oomph. And, yeah, once again, like, it's pretty much just at this point in the game where I'm just gonna stop using Kabuff and I'm just gonna, well, increase damage instead. It's much more, well, fun, essentially, and, yeah, therefore I'm gonna do it. And there we go, he died. Yeah, I was pretty sure he was about to die. He only has, about 3,500 HP, something like that. He's about as tanky as the red and blue ogre we fought a few episodes back in episode 28. And very nice stats here for Tude. He gained a nice amount of wisdom there. And yeah, I'm probably just gonna max out courage here now for the time being. Yang is, yeah, he's essentially done. Like, I don't really need to, well, there are no goals, is what I'm trying to get at for him. We could just level up Axis, I guess. Why not? Why the heck not? He will get the Hatchetman technique here now, which is nice. So if we get any Metal King Slimes here now, he has good odds of being able to just crit them in one swoop there, or in one strike. And very nice level up for Jessica, lots of skill points, and yeah, once again, leveling up whips on her anymore doesn't do me a whole lot of good. She's not gonna get more attack, she's just gonna get more AoE abilities, which I don't really care about. So I'm just gonna max out sex appeal on her. Oh, she now learns Puff Puff. Maybe we can go back to the Puff Puff Club and return the favor to that very nice lady there.
Shiver me timbers, you beat old Captain Crow. 'Tis a good sign. My treasure be yours. Ha ha, me old hearties. Take my treasure and fulfill the dream I never could. Ha ha!
So, yeah. For defeating Captain Crow, we get the Illuminated Sea Shard here.
Oh, that ain't something I wanted you to see. And you've gone and got the bounty to boot. But hang on, Is that all it is? That scraggy old bit of paper? That's pathetic. If I'd have known it was as naff as that, I'd never have bothered. I suppose I'll just have to make do with the 10,000 gold coins I picked up on the way. Right, I'm out of here. I've had enough of this damn old to last me a lifetime.
She got all that dough down here. She's a sly old fox, that Red. Well, we got what we come for. Ain't no point in us hanging around here no more neither.
Okay, well, so seeing as we're done down here now, we're just gonna cast the evac spell, and it's also about time we round off the episode here. Yeah, this is gonna be another very long one. An hour and a half, probably. Yeah, yeez. So, yeah, going out here, and now we're gonna zoom on over to Princess Minnie's mini metal castle, because I do believe now that we have gotten some additional medals there during this episode. We can now get the orichalcum here, and we can start working on the goddess ring. I really hope so. Come on. Please tell me I'm there. Please tell me I'm not 83. 84, okay, good. Yes, I wasn't sure. Very nice. And I believe at 90 we get the Metal King helmet, which is a really nice piece of equipment. Yeah, there we go. 90 medals, Metal King helm. Alright, so let's see. Let's just freaking see. I might actually go around, or well, I might run around here in circles until I get this gear piece here. Yeah, I can barely contain myself. Oh yeah, and we also gotta make the Hades helmet here, but we can do so later, I guess. Or should we do that now too? You know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna put this here inside of the pot, and when it's done, it's done. I'm not even gonna run in circles now. Oh yeah, and let's see here. One more thing. Let's just head on out. And actually, we might need to be on the boat in order to use the Illuminate Sea Shard here. Oh yeah, and we also got the pirate hat from the boss there. Believe it or don't, but on my very first playthrough, this was the best hat that I got for the hero. Yeah, I used this hat to the very end of the game, and yeah, see, I have a freaking Mercury bandana on me, and it only has 7 defense higher. That's how crappy the captain's hat is. You can get, well, better helmets just from regular shops, like in the mid-game, than the pirate hat. But yeah, or well, maybe it has a few points higher in defense than, let's say, an iron helm and stuff of that nature. But yeah, that's just embarrassing. That was the best helm I could get by the end game. Yeah, I didn't even get the 90 mini medals. Yeah, I just don't know. But let's see here. If we use the Illuminated Sea Shard here, we get to see a special route there on the map. So, yeah, in the next episode, we're gonna sail on out there and see what that is all about. And it looks like we'll open up a new continent to go to. A small one, but a continent nonetheless. So, yeah, once we boot up the next episode, I'm gonna have rested up my characters, and I'm gonna be outside there on the Isle of Neos, and we're gonna be ready to just start up. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, and next time we will continue adventuring here in Dragon Quest VIII onto new lands, if you will. Yeah, see you guys then.